Hello everyone, I'm Scott Harlan, Creative Director of Talk 19 Media, and I'm here today with Shawn, CEO, and Todd Helfrich, Advisor and Investor at CYBR Ecosystem, also known as CYBR Token. Gentlemen, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having us, Scott.
We're excited to be here.
All right, let's jump right in, shall we? This is a big deal. Shawn, what is CYBR?
Scott, CYBR is the cybersecurity answer to the blockchain. If blockchain in and of itself is meant to secure smart contracts and associated transactions, CYBR is the ecosystem which protects the blockchain. We've seen a massive increase in attacks and associated financial loss that totals in the billions this year alone, and cyber threats against the blockchain are growing every day. Our solution is a holistic approach which is meant to provide real-time intelligence, countermeasures, and safeguards to protect consumers, investors, and exchanges, which are all increasingly vulnerable to bad actors and associated malicious activity.
There's no doubt crypto-related attacks are on the rise. I think I read where a South Korean exchange and CoinRail suffered losses just this past week.
They did. People lost a lot of money. The market was impacted. It's becoming all too frequent, and that's why CYBR is here. The landscape is just too insecure. Investors and consumers believe their assets are safe, but the harsh reality is that even if they do everything correctly by securing their wallets with private keys, multi-factor authentication, it's just not enough. While some of these attacks are conducted by sophisticated hackers and nation states, all too often smaller hacks are happening due to simpler means such as malicious code, sniffing, phishing, basically exploitations that can be prevented. Todd and I come from the cybersecurity sector and understand that threat intelligence is only part of the solution. You have to be able to turn information into actionable intelligence immediately. Would you agree?
I've been a part of numerous successful Fortune 50 companies and tech startups, and the tie that truly binds those organizations is the threat intel and the ability to use that information in real time to respond via a framework or a platform. Shawn and I have worked on and off together for nearly 20 years, and when he approached me about building a blockchain-centric cybersecurity ecosystem, it just made sense.
I've heard you both mention ecosystem. What exactly is an ecosystem?
For CYBR, the ecosystem consists of what I call the 4 Ps: people, processes, portal, and platform. The people make up the community. They benefit by being able to access critical threat intelligence to ensure their transactions and interactions in the world of blockchain and crypto are secure. They also are able to contribute new threats such as viruses, scams, known problematic websites, etc., and are rewarded via CYBR tokens. This reward system encourages the community to actively participate and improve the security posture of the blockchain. Processes are the means in which CYBR users interact with our portal. When a user logs into our system, he or she can vet out the variables pertaining to their transaction. Is the party whom they are doing business with legitimate? Is the site trustworthy and secure? Is the address which they are sending tokens to correct? So much crypto is lost to the void just by sending to phony wallet addresses. We have an amazing solution incorporated into the ecosystem referred to as a token name service. Much like DNS resolves IP addresses to hosts, the token name service associates known recipients by name, eliminating the confusion caused by long hexadecimal addresses which can be mistyped or which can in fact be created to mislead consumers and investors into sending their funds to bogus addresses. This part of the ecosystem alone is worth its weight in gold.
You mean Bitcoin. It's weight in Bitcoin.
Yeah, Bitcoin, cyber gold. The final P is the platform. Threat intel is great, but it's useless if you don't have a means to do something with it the moment you possess that intelligence. If we could bring up the web slides here, that would be great. When you log into the portal, you are presented with a dashboard. This also serves as the navigational panel. Critical alerts are found here along with numerous options at the top of the screen. Threat advisories alert cyber community members to current and emerging threats, scams, and other nefarious activities. The individual has the ability to search our extensive database for known threats. He or she can also access existing and evolving partner feeds. Here we use Norse as an example, but we incorporate several state-of-the-art vendor-provided intelligence feeds. Todd, I feel like I'm doing all the talking here. You want to run with a few of these?
Gladly. Sure. Next slide shows cyber threat submission page. Here the community member can submit technical or even non-technical information pertaining to emerging threats. Our security team reviews the submission, and if the threat is vetted out and is found to be real, the user is rewarded with Cyber tokens. This is a big deal because we are now compensating everyone for his or her security contributions to the community. We will continue to grow this knowledge base and commercialize the proprietary database and information, ultimately marketing this to companies in the cybersecurity sector. This is one means in which we will create profit for our investors. I know from working firsthand with threat intelligence vendors that this revenue stream is worth millions as the threat intelligence sector is just exploding.
The next screenshots demonstrate the verification capability. It's a sophisticated technology, but such a simple concept. Most of us transfer tokens. We've got to know that the wallet addresses are legitimate and accurate. Sending tokens to the wrong address is akin to just throwing money out the car window. It just can't happen. So with this token naming service, the potential for illegitimate or incorrect addresses due to mistyping is eliminated. It's just a smart solution that can benefit everyone. The next screenshot is an example of how our cyber solution analyzes for known phishing sites. The simplest of changes can be made by bad actors, and these subtle changes just go unnoticed by the duped user. The next thing you know, a transaction is taking place or private information is being accessed illicitly, which causes catastrophic financial loss. Cyber eliminates this security concern as well. We also expect this area will be where many of our community members will identify new bogus sites and be generously rewarded with cyber tokens for their intel contributions.
The next couple of screenshots simply show our cyber wallet. We are ERC 20 compliant, of course, so we had to hold cyber tokens as well as other coins.
Why do you get all the short slides? Maybe we can do this a little more equitably next time? Okay, here's what I call the heart of the ecosystem. Blind Spot. Blind Spot is the result of 2 years plus of research and development. Originally designed as a software as a solution, SaaS enterprise technology, Blind Spot was intended to disrupt existing safeguard solutions like antivirus and malicious code scanners that are just too ineffective today. At a high level, these technologies rely on databases of known problematic files. I refer to these as digital fingerprints. If the fingerprints match exactly, then alert is generated. It's basically comparison technology. Over the last several years, though, bad actors got savvier. They created adaptive and polymorphic malware and viruses which were designed to circumvent detection. The cybersecurity technologies did not evolve to cope with these advanced threats, and things like ransomware and other derivative attacks became more prevalent. Blind Spot incorporates a hybrid of fuzzy logic, machine learning, and artificial intelligence, and identifies exact and partial matches of malicious code and associated bad actor activity. So we recognize that a file that is, say, 80% similar to a known problematic digital fingerprint must be blocked, whereas other technologies will not understand that the partial match is indicative of a threat. Blind Spot does. This solution is going to be available as a client for Windows, OS X, Linux, iOS, and Android. It can be accessed and used by the cyber community members, and we have commercialized it. We already have enterprise sales. This is what makes the company so special. We're real. The technology is real. The pre-sale, this ICO, is real.
Guys, while this is truly amazing on so many levels, we're running short on time. Can each of you summarize why someone hearing about cyber for the first time should be excited?
Obviously, we've covered a lot of ground here, but I'll add one piece: the team. The team is just fantastic. Shawn's leadership is world-class. He knows his stuff. I've had huge successes at numerous large and small companies, so I'm confident in the ability to generate revenue. The technical team is incredibly adept, and I just think everyone from marketing to the social media folks to the folks in between are just solid. We've really got something special here.
The team is fantastic, truly. By design, it's that way. And it's growing, which is really exciting. This said, at the end of the day, I know this company is on my back. I've got to make sure we treat the community with respect, and that means we keep our word with regards to the roadmap. Investors have placed their trust in us, and we have to be good custodians of their investments and deliver. I always say execution is key. We either execute or people will be calling for our execution. I've been involved in R&D for nearly 25 years. I have a stellar reputation for creating and integrating best-of-breed technologies. I've done this for federal and commercial clients all my life. I've been fortunate enough to win many awards and grants for the pioneering solutions in the field of cybersecurity, and I knew that traditional VC investment could be obtained. But I also knew that this solution would be squirreled away deep in federal organizations or would become the proprietary solution of some large corporation who ultimately would acquire our tech. The blockchain revolution is meant to be decentralized and to put these evolving and emerging capabilities into the hands of everyone. The only way to do this is to support the crypto community and put our amazing ecosystem into the hands of the people. And this means everyone. So that's what we're doing. Our pre-sale and ICO was meticulously priced to position us to have a minimal goal of 1.25% of 1% and a $300 billion total available market scenario. That's ridiculously small, and we expect to achieve much, much more, which will leave plenty of room for growth and, of course, return on investment. I am so excited and privileged to be part of this exciting time in technology evolution and genuinely look forward to great successes with all who join us for the ride. Join us in our pre-sale and ICO. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you, Scott.
Thanks so much.